Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone wherever you are. Welcome back to another episode of Relaxing with Radha while we discuss business. Today I'm going to have another business partner all the way from Australia with us. Her name is Raj Gill, and I'm actually going to let her introduce herself, and I'm just going to bring her on the screen. Hi, Rajpal.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So, Rajpal, I'd like you to give a brief introduction about yourself to our audience today.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Sat Shri Akal ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ. My name is Raj. I live here in Melbourne, Australia. I'm a mom of two and a restaurant manager, and I also own an online business. So I'm living in Australia from past 16 years, and by profession, I'm a manager, and I came here as a student. And I did my commercial cookery advanced diploma course, and since then I joined Nando's, and I'm managing the restaurants, different restaurants, and different volume restaurants since that like it's already 13 years now I'm working with them. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. 13 years and managing many restaurants.
Yeah.
So, Raj, why did you decide to become a digital business owner then? I mean, your life is pretty hectic with managing so many restaurants.
Yeah. So, you know how the life here in other country, it's different than what we have in India. So, in India, we have so much of support of family friends. So, when I came here as a student and I was having a goal of getting my permanent residency, my citizenship, and you know, I was having set goals. So, I was like finishing all that, I was achieving all that stuff, everything was going smooth. So then in the end, when I achieved the thing which was my dream house, I wanted to build my dream house. I built it that, and I taken another responsibility of a new restaurant which was not running properly, and it was like it wasn't managed properly. So they asked me to take that challenge, and it was really challenging, and it was the hardest restaurant I ever been to. It wasn't doing that kind of sales, but it was so busy, and it was uh, unorganized and stuff. It gave me, you know, mental stress.
Oh.
It gave me so much of mental stress, and I couldn't, even though it was 10 minutes away. I took the challenge because I was thinking the restaurant I'm managing at the moment, it is like, you know, 20 miles away, and then I'm spending a lot of time in travel, and I'm not giving time to my family. Why don't I take another challenge? And it is just 10 minutes away, and I can do this, I can do that with my, you know, time. So I took that challenge, and I realized like, oh my God, it's the biggest mistake. And then I start getting, you know, sick. And then when I was getting sick, I was feeling I did something wrong in the process. And I said like, what I'm doing is wrong. I have to take a step back and think about it. I'm like, what I'm doing. So on that moment when I was sick, and I got there was some health issues, and I have to go for a surgery. And I took the medical leave, whatever my work can give me, and the rest of the time which I was having work off was that I have to be, you know, without pay. So I start thinking like, if there is a thing which I have, it is with me all the time, like, you know, a business. So I didn't have to stay without any money or payment, even though we have savings and stuff. But then also, you know, the everyday pay which come is make very huge difference. So on my hospital bed, I start thinking that what else I can do, because I am so busy. And after my health was going down, and I'm like, I'm not in that kind of mental state, and I'm physically also I'm getting weak. So what else I can do which can help me earn also, and give me time also, because time was the thing which I was missing in my family. But even though I was doing I was working so close to my house, you know. So then I found this business because I needed time for myself to think what I did to my life. And this business showed me what I was missing from so many years, even though I love my job, I love managing the restaurant, I love managing staff and all. It is me what I do every single day. It is built in me. But this business showed me that what I was missing from so many years, and that what it taught me. So that's why I jump in this business, and I wanted to know like what others are doing, just as a side hustle, and it is helping them grow as mentally and confident, more confident person, as person inside you, they're changing it. So yeah, I jumped in straight away, and I find out that I found out this very difficult in starting, but I start giving it time, and whenever I was having day off, and it was so easy. So I set this up, and yeah, it keep on helping me since then. Yeah.
Basically, one little incident in life that happened made you think pretty much your whole life and your future of
Yeah.
where you are and where you want to be. I mean, one little thing that happened to you made you think this whole thing up.
Yeah,
And
yeah, because
is
that sickness, that surgery, it just changed my whole life. And I think if that blockage didn't came to my life on that time when I was feeling like, oh, why this happened to me? And I was going in depression. I find out another video of my mentor, and then I talk to her, and I bring myself back to life. And I'm now healthy and, happy and doing all the things. And all the joy came back to me.
Was there anything that you were skeptical about, like that thought you thought, nah, this might not be it? Was there anything stopping you in the beginning? Because everyone has doubts, in the beginning. Is digital, is it real? A real business has a shop or something or another? Because, I mean, you were in the restaurant field, so you always had a physical place that people saw and walked in, whereas we don't. But did you
Yeah.
have any doubts about that?
So the day when I joined this business, I didn't had another second thought for anything. When I talked to my mentor, I straight away took the step. But when I came into it, and I thought like, I took the step so fast, is it right for me or no? But I don't want it to start giving me all that negative thoughts, that because if you start saying like, oh, what if you can't do it, oh, what if this happened, if you start any journey with what if, there will be so many hurdles in front of you. You will start going backwards instead of going forwards. So when that feeling came to me, it wasn't a feeling that I can't do it. It was a feeling what others will say. So
Oh.
that was the feeling. So it then when I was going in that stage, that what others will say, even though I wasn't doing anything wrong, you know, because it's social media. I wasn't that active in social media, and I was watching people on social media, but I was feeling like I it is not my cup of tea. Then when my mentor talked to me, that what is stopping you? Why are you doing this? Why you start saying that? Oh, maybe it's not for me. Even though I didn't say that I want my refund or anything. I said I feel like it's not me. She said, you're a manager? I'm like, yes, I am. She said, how many people you manage? I'm like, from 20 to 60, 70. And she was like, and then how many customers you deal with every single day? I'm like, hundreds, hundreds of hundreds. So she said, so what make you do all that stuff in front of everyone? I'm like, what I'm doing? I'm managing my restaurant. She said, are you ashamed of it? I'm like, no. She said, why are you ashamed of it? And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not pushing anything. I'm not doing anything, unethical or. and anything people think about when they go, they this we say that it's social media stuff, you know. So I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. So she asked me to take a break, even though I started. She said, read this book. I'm like, taking a break is not for me. I'm already on a break and my surgery happened. And I'm like, I have time. I want to give time. She said, when you're giving time, you're doing your training and all. I want you to read this book. So I read the book Magic, which changed my way of thinking. It changed my life. And I started working on the things. And I didn't stop since then because I was a person who, you know, wanted to stay home. I'm not a person who always want to go out, do this. If I want to go out, it's just me, my husband, my family, my kids. That's it. But I'm a person who stay home all the time. And if someone say, "Oh, work finished, let's go do this, let's have some drinks, and let's go dinner here," I'm like, no, I have, household things. And they were like, why do you enjoy so much household things? I'm like, because it's my house, it's my world, So this business is also my world. I'm doing inside my home. I'm not going outside. I'm not selling anyone. I'm not, convincing people. So that book changed my mindset, and then I never stopped. So now I am reading more and more books whenever someone introduced me in one book, and I'm like, I have to read this also, I have to read this also. Yeah, so yeah, this book also changed me a lot. So yeah.
I right that a lot of people have that issue of what people will think. I mean, if we look at it, what people think shouldn't matter because at the end of the day, those people are not going to be supporting you. They're not going to be paying your bills. They're not going to be there when you need something. So really, we should really be thinking how this business is going to help us, what it's going to do for us. Those people who we're worried about, they're gonna turn around and one day say, "What are you doing? How did you
Yeah.
start?" You know, I mean, I don't think you're the only one who has that fear. I think there's a lot of people who go through that phase. And the book that you were talking about, The Magic, is absolutely an amazing book. I myself have read it, and it has changed my mindset on things. I'm a very social person, but in face to face, in real life, doing stuff online was not my thing either. I never thought I would actually come live and be in front of a camera ever in my life. I used to be phobic of cameras.
Yeah, because
But now,
how we get these challenges, like my mentor gave this challenges, 15-day challenge, you have to go live. You have to go and watch that video which I posted first time, that I was shivering. I was like, what to do? I put so much of filters around flowers and all this. I'm like, I don't know what I'm talking about. And I pressed end. I was so scared. Look at me now. I'm talking. I'm not worried who's watching and who will say anything, because what others say is not my business. What others think is not my business. That is their business, what they wanted to think. Let them think.
that's their
I'm not
mind.
going to stop them. Yeah. So,
We have
what
ours.
my business is, I have to work for myself. I have to do things for my family. I have to do things what I love. I'm not harming anyone. I'm not doing anything wrong. So, yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. People who are worried have to stop worrying about other people. Just
Yeah.
think this is for you and what your future will be with this business. Right? Can you tell me one point or one element about this business that you love the most?
All right, Eve. One thing, it's, I think,
One
a
thing.
lot.
Kind of hard, isn't it?
First thing I can say is that I'm not selling anything, because I am not a salesperson at all. I can't, convince people. So if someone come to me and asks that what this business is and I wanna do it, I will talk to that person. If some person is like, I don't know, I will not talk to them. because I'm not that person to say, oh, yes, you can do it. This and that. No, I can't. I can't. So that's the one thing I love about it, that I'm not selling anything. It's automatic system that I stay plugged in and I do what the training say, and it will keep on working in the background. That's it. Because it's, even though there is online sellings too, so we are not going to sell door to door these days. There are so many companies selling things. But then also, convincing people is the hardest part, and selling thing is the hardest part. So I am not selling that. That's the main thing I love about this business.
I totally agree with you, Raj, that we're not here to convince anyone. We're not here to persuade you guys to do anything. When somebody comes and asks us questions, we're there to answer them. At the end of the day, is that person who has to decide, is that person who has to bring their mindset, is that person who has to come out of their comfort zone to start their own business, because this is has nothing to do with us. It's their business that they'll be starting. It's their own thing. We have ours, they will have theirs. So if they're not ready or they don't want to, well, that's up to them. They have
Yeah,
to convince themselves. We don't need to do that. They've
yeah,
got to
I
tell
know.
themselves, this is
If
what I
we
want.
convince, if we convince and force the other person, and they gonna start the business or anything they are starting, is thinking that this person forced me. So they will not put that much of effort in it and doing things. They will say this person pushed me, and if anything goes wrong, I gonna put that stuff on that person only, that this person pushed me and it is not working and this person is wrong. If you start from your heart, like, yes, I can do this, what others are doing, then there is nobody to blame, you know then you can run your business by yourself, and you can give not 100%, you can give 500% to it, because it's your business, it's your baby, you want it to grow. So yeah, if you're pushing someone, it's hard. And that's why, sorry audience, if anybody watch me and say that I'm not convincing you, no, it's not my job. It's
Yeah.
not my job. This is not the business we are doing. We are not convincing anyone. So if you guys are watching us live, talking about our business, and if you get motivated, that's a different thing. That's what is the purpose of our going live interview. But pushing you is not. So if you feel like your life is like me and you are like me, then you want to join this. If you are like Radha and you are in same kind of profession and you say that if Radha can do it, I can do that too. If you have that feeling, then only you can work. Then only
If
you
you
can run.
have that feeling of I can do it,
Yeah,
then you're in the right place.
yeah,
If you have the mindset of someone's got to push me to do it, then this is not where you need to be. You
yes,
need to be that person saying, I'm pushing myself. You've got to give yourself that energy. You've got to give yourself that push. You've got to say, I want this.
yes,
This is what I want, and that's how you will succeed in becoming a digital business owner, I think.
yes, yes, definitely.
So, Raj, do you want to give our audience brief steps that you took to come to this point in your business?
So the first step was that when my mentor said, I asked my mentor about more info, and she said, send me your email address. So if someone asked me this, and I said, send me your email address, and they said, oh, write it down in the messenger. Guys, the information we are sending you is that because we have to register you in the system, that you came here and you wanted the information and you're willing to do this business. That's why that email we needed. So I put that email in, and I got in the system that Raj Gill wanted to do this business. That is my first step. So when I got in the business and I register my email, then I receive a webinar link. I didn't watch the webinar link. I didn't watch the webinar. I said, okay, what's the next step? And my mentor was like, oh, it's 90 minutes webinar. Did you watch it? I'm like, I don't have time. Can you just tell me where I have to pay? She said, are you willing to pay? I'm like, yes. She said, but you don't know what you're doing. And she said, I was like, I don't care. I just want to do something. She said, no, you are taking a wrong step. If you don't know where you're going, you can't take a step. If you want to go east or north or wherever you want to go, if you don't know first, how are you going to take a step? And I was like, I'm really tired. And she was, oh, you can watch it in a replay. You can watch it any other day, become live weekly twice. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'll go to bed. And I didn't did anything for 1 week. And then my surgery happened and all that stuff. And my mentor asked me again, did you watch the webinar? I was like, no, I'm in hospital. She said, you have the whole time sitting in the hospital because they don't let you move. Why don't you watch the webinar? I was like, okay. And I watched the webinar in the hospital, sitting on my hospital bed. And I was like, oh, so this is the thing. And then that thought came when I came back home because I wasn't allowed to do anything for 3 months. I was on bed rest. I was having all that, things like, oh my God, my husband gonna ruin my kitchen. It will be messy. Who will wash the clothes? This and that. All the things were going in my mind. And then my mentor was asking me, how are you and how your surgery went and all. And I was like, oh my God, I took this responsibility also, about online business. And the feeling was like, I don't know, I can do it or not. What will my family say, my extended family and all other people, my friends, what they're going to say? And then my mentors talked to me and she was like, she started the conversation, what you keep on doing every single day? Like you're at home. So I told her, and then she bring that book to me. So the point is that I gave my email address, I register my email address in the business. Then I watched the webinar, which is very important, even though I took time. And then I paid $149. And my mentor told me that it is for 1 month. And she said, you are on bed rest. Yeah. You have to do what you can do in this 1 month. If you still feel in 1 month that you can't do this, you can take your refund. So I was like, okay, whatever is happening to my house, whatever happening to the laundry, because I'm not allowed to do it. So let's start, digging up in this business. So then I started searching up, and I booked my coaching call. I didn't, look back. So the first step, you have to register with your email address. You have to watch the webinar, and then you have to pay the registration fees and come in and see the bigger picture. You can meet all other people, and still in a 1 month you feel like you can't do it because we are having people from all over the world and all professions, all workforce from everywhere, like age 18 to 85. Last week someone came.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from everywhere. So if you still feel you can't do it and you are little bit lesser than them, then you can take a refund. But I don't think so. If a 85-year-old guy or a grandmother can do it, you can do it too. So that's the step. Register your email, watch the webinar, pay your registration fees, and watch the magic.
And like you mentioned, right, that every step is crucial. You can't jump over a step because if you jump over a step, you might miss something that's very important in
Yeah.
the future for your business. So as Rai said, she was trying to skip that step. She was not allowed to do that. It was important. That first step was very important because it actually taught you everything else, and you figure out what it really meant when you watch that first step. So a lot of people try to do that as like you said, let me just go to step two. A lot of us are saying no, let's go back to step one.
Yeah.
Most people would be like, no, just go ahead, it's fine. But no, with us, we always say each step is crucial for your own business later on. And I totally
Yes.
agree with you with that.
Yeah, I just want to add this thing also. People don't have patience. I'm also not a patient people. Like I am so hyper. I have to finish things so fast. Like uh, I to my team, I tell them things like, okay, when you walk in, you saw this, and you have a folder in your mind that next step is this, next step is this. You are making folders, and when you reach on this time limit, you start deleting that folder. This is done. This is done. This is done, and the people are getting so confused. They said, you made so many folders in my mind. I'm so stressed now. So the thing is that you have to, I'm also not a patient person, but thing is that you have to make yourself organized and be patient and, think about it and do the things. If you're not, people are saying that I just want to jump in and I just want to start earning money. It's not quick rich scheme. It is not that you joined in, like I told in my previous sentence, magic will happen. Magic will not happen because it didn't happen with me. I was stepping backwards. Magic will not happen if you don't let the magic happen. You have to give the time to your business, to yourself, start learning, and adjusting in this new environment, and then you can start making the magic happen. But you have to allow yourself to do this. The money will not come in one day. You have to put the effort in it, and then it will come. And it's your business, and you have to run it like 100%, then only it will work. It's not like Raj pushed you, Radha pushed you. I got motivated, I got inspired when I watched their video, and then I started it. It is not working for me. It is not working for you because your mindset is not there. That's why it's not working. So you have to, come with that mindset. You have to keep on motivating yourself every single day. It's like every day, everyone's life. I also have to motivate myself every single day. It's not like I am this kind of person and I have this aura and I can do everything, and people are all friends with me. They come, they get attracted to me, and they do this for me. No, you have to work for it. You have to work. I also have all these kind of moments when I feel like so low and I can't do the things and I don't want to do. It's okay. Take a break and then start tomorrow again. There will be problem if you keep on doing the same thing 7 days, that I'm feeling low, I'm feeling low, I'm feeling low. It will not work. So yeah.
That's very true, right? That it's a business and you do need determination, dedication, and consistency in any business, whether it's a physical business or whether it's an online business. Those things are needed for the success of your business. And if you don't come in with that, like you said, mindset that this is what I need to do, this is what I need to get, your business will not fly. You need
Yes.
those things. You do need that mindset. You need that dedication, everything all together. And organization, I totally agree with that. I'm a very organized person myself. And you said those folders in the brain. Yeah, I have those too. And this needs to be done and this needs to be done, which needs to go first. I do the exact same thing. But I think when you become a business owner, organization starts to kind of flow with it. You kind of just start realizing I need to do certain things at a certain time. Um, but once you get into it, I don't know about you, but it starts becoming easier and breezier as
Yeah.
time goes. It, it might seem like, oh, I can't do this, but you're already coming in with the wrong mindset. The thing
Yeah.
is, I'm gonna make this work is the kind of mindset you have to come in with.
Yeah.
So, Raj, tell me, like, after you said you watched the webinar, you paid the 149. So everything that was told to you after the 149, did you receive everything? Did you whatever was after the 149, whether it was a business plan, the coach, the mentor, the plan itself, everything? Were you given all that information? Was it all? Did you understand it all? Everything made sense? Was it easy for you to understand? I mean, I don't know if you were like a very technical person. Did you understand? How did that all work out for you?
So thing is that if I describe myself, I say that if you give me a new thing and I gonna open it up and I go in every A to Z things to check what it is. So that is me. But some people who worked in this business, they even didn't have a Facebook account. So I don't think so. We can say this that you need to be a tech savvy person. You need to know the computers and all, because what this business say that we will give you, it is all there. You have a mentor, you have a coach, you have a vast community. When I joined, it was 30,000 people, and now it is 93K people. So yeah. So they all the business plan and all the training is provided, and the training which we have is so basic and so easy, and it's in video based training that anyone can follow it. So when people say that I don't understand, if you are living in this this time, everybody know the basic English. And another thing is like now we are doing it in different language also, which soon gonna happen, but I don't know the time. But we are thinking the way that we can put this training in different languages also. But everybody know the basic English, and the training is in video base, and you can pause, play, and go back to that training anytime. Think when I started, the training was old one, and then in that 6 months, it got updated. And when I finished all the training and I was doing my things, I was plugged in and system was working for me. Then my mentors, there was some thing happened in Facebook, and I was asking questions, and my mentor said, "Did you open back the training since you joined?" And I said, "I finished it." She said, but it keep on keep on updating all the time. You have to keep on updating with it. I'm like, why? She said, do you think the Facebook looked the same when you joined a few years back to Facebook? I'm like, no, they keep on changing. She said, if Facebook is changing, if Insta is changing, everything is changing, our training is changing too. Because if someone joined today, they wanted to see the training and tools the way it is today. If someone is showing you how to do this or that, if the video doesn't show the exact same thing which you have in your app or in your computer, you will get confused. So everything is updated every single every time whenever the update come, and there will be a new video uploaded it, and it's very good to go back to your training and keep on watching it whenever there is a new stuff come in. So it was really easy for me, I say. And I feel like as I mentioned before, if grandparents are doing and they can follow the steps, so I don't think so anyone else can do it. So yeah.
That's true, right? That's another benefit of our business, that we don't have to go searching for the updates. We don't have to start paying for updates. We get them regularly. They're done for us. All we have to do is go and watch them. I mean, in any other business, you'll be paying hundreds of thousands of dollars every time there's an update to get it done, or someone to come do it for you, or just to get the information. Here, we're still getting that easy training updated so that we can go and do it ourselves without having to get someone to come do it for us, and it doesn't cost us anything at all.
Yeah. And there is a community like last week also there was Facebook was asking for a verification when it was already done the verification last year. And I said, the verification of my business is done. Why they are asking this? I just put a screenshot in the vlog messages. And a lady in half an hour, she was in America, and she sent me a message, another screenshot. She said, this tab is telling what this is, and there is another verification you have to do. I'm like, okay, thank you. And I finished it.
And isn't
So,
that
yeah.
amazing? You're in Australia, someone from the US is responding back to you.
Yeah.
on what you could do. I mean, like, that's the beauty of the community, that everyone helps everyone. There's
Yeah.
not just me and I. Everyone
Yeah.
kind of just works like a big family almost, that everyone's willing to
Yeah.
help. There's no one's pulling anyone's legs, you know? Everyone works together in one
Yeah.
form or another.
Yes.
So, Raj, before we head on off, do you have any comments or advice for our viewers today regarding this business?
So advice is like, guys, in this world, like when this COVID happened, and everybody was like, it's gonna finish now, this and that. But thing is that we have taken everything for granted. We were thinking like nothing will change. We will be always out. We can go do this. We can go do that. And lockdowns happen, so you can't take life for granted. So my advice for you is, why don't you have this plan B and start working on it so you can live your life stress free? Because in this time when COVID hit all over the world, lots of people lost their jobs and went in depressions. There was a suicide rate gone up. So why don't you do a plan B for you, which keep on running in the background and doesn't take that much of time of yours, and give a gift to your kids? Because this, I love one thing about this business is, when you feel that you want to retire it, even though it is running in the background, and your kids are growing up and they want to go in the adult life, they can have this business. So, they don't have to run in this 9 to 5 rat race. They can enjoy the life too. So, and they can follow their passion. There is like, people say that if we follow the passion, we have to, we can't earn that much. So, if you have this business which you can give to your kids like any other business, and they don't have to be present all the time 9 to 5 up there and thinking about all the budgets and things, and all the upheads, they can do what they love to do. They can follow their passion, and whatever passion they have, if they want to join football team or want to do dancing or whatever. So that's my advice. So do it which when you have time, instead of uh, pressuring yourself when you come to a point like I was at. So I feel like, why didn't I took this decision way earlier in my life than rather than now? But things happen when God has written it. So God written my story like this, that I will find this business, amazing business on this time. And because if I didn't have that surgery, and I if my health was fine, I will never ever think out something else to do. I will be like always a manager, and I'm like, okay, I will retire as like a manager. But yeah, retiring will be boring, and unless you are doing something creative. But yeah, that's my advice.
That's as Raj said, you have to start thinking outside of the box before the box breaks.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Unfortunately, because you
Yes.
don't want to wait for that kind of situation where I mean, unfortunately, you had that situation. That's when you started thinking about it. But if people have that chance to start thinking about it, not now, before they get into a situation, anything similar or different than that, that they're ready for it. Like
Yeah.
you said, you were off, you were bedridden for 3 months. Like, that's a
Yes.
long period, and that's
Yeah.
one person's income gone down, and then
Yeah.
using savings doesn't help. So if you already have that plan B in force before you even need it, then when you
Yeah.
need it, it
Yeah.
becomes your plan A, and you're not stressed about anything.
Yes, correct.
But Roy, I would like to say thank you for coming onto my page today, and sharing your story and your journey into the digital world. It was our pleasure to have you here.
No worries. Thank you very much for having me.
And I'm just gonna say a hello to everyone who was watching us and who is watching us. We have a hello to Veena Rathi, Kaur Sarjeet, Unity Gurgar, Riddhi Shrivastava, Ruby Rups, Ruby Pannu, Runa Arun Kumar, Sonam Narayan, and Ramandeep Kaur Brar. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and a big hello to everyone. And
Hi
Raj, you
guys.
take care, and I wish you all the best for your business.
Thank you very much.
And to
Bye.
my audience, till next time, take care and bye.
See ya.